Welcome everyone to Cynthia's Culinary Corner. Thank you again for coming, and I want to also say a big hello to everyone, especially Happy Healthy Valley. Today's going to be a special edition because we're going to be celebrating 16 de septiembre, Independence Day for Mexico, right? So this holds dear to us here in this area, especially because we are Mexican and we just love the traditions of this holiday where Mexico won their independence from Spain. So we're going to celebrate. We're going to be talking about the delicious foods that we like to eat, that all of us like to eat. But what I also want to do is I want to give you some other options that are a little healthier, and you can decide what you would like to bring into your home with your family and with your friends with safe distancing and taking care of everybody, right? Okay, so first of all, what I want to just share with you is the molcajete. The molcajete is very important and dear to me because this is a lot of history. The molcajete actually comes from the volcanoes. So the volcanoes have their own minerals and their essence to it. So when we use it, we grind it up and we actually can get a lot of the minerals and the benefits that are healing properties. When we do the seasonings, when we do the garlic, the cumin, the pepper, and I love the molcajete. Why? Because this is something I grew up with. Actually, I wanted to share with you a little history. My grandmother and my grandparents taught me everything about the kitchen, about nutrition, about family style dining, believe it or not, about quality control and product selection. My grandmother was key in influencing me and flowering in me the love and the passion for nutrition, for food, and to serve people. I really do enjoy that. And I love to share that with everybody. So this molcajete is about 50 years old. So this is a prize in my house. When my grandmother died, shortly after, my aunt, gave a few things away to the grandchildren, and this is what I wanted. So I brought this with me, and it's a treasure that I have in my heart. It's a treasure that I have in the kitchen, and I'm going to share that with all of you. Okay, so we're going to be making some really good tacos. I have several choices that I wanted to share with you. We have beef, which is a staple everywhere. I wanted to show you that there's some really good plant-based protein out there. Vegetarian plant-based protein. Especially if we want to watch our cholesterol, we want to watch our fat, we want to watch our weight. Beef is good in moderation, but also it can cause some inflammatory responses to certain people, especially if you have arthritis, you might have some gout. So these are great choices. There's also chicken protein, plant-based protein from pea protein. And we also have a different type of meat that has a little bit of flavor, like a little barbecue sauce. So there's a little bit of everything here for a little bit of all of us, okay? I love to use fresh vegetables. I'll be using onions, garlic, some serrano peppers, avocado, which is rich in vitamin E, monounsaturated fat, heart healthy in moderation. We have garlic, which is also very good for the respiratory system, for allergies. We have our tomatoes, which have the antioxidant lycopene, which is very good for our heart. So the richness of food is that in combination, when they go together, you just get all of the elements and all of the benefits of flavor, vitamins, minerals, textures, and I'm going to use a little bit of tangerine for the salsa later. Vitamin C, purple onion as well, has antioxidants, the purple. So all of this together is flavorful, healthy, and fun. And something that I really enjoy learning about history. And there's a section in nutrition, it's called nutritional anthropology. And that talks about the history of certain foods from certain social groups. sociology. So, corn tortillas. Corn tortillas come from the Native Americans, or the natives, okay, the Native Indians. Then we have the flour tortillas. Something that I did not know is that I thought the flour tortillas originated from the Mexicans, which they kind of did, but the original origin actually comes from the Jewish people that were in Mexico. Why? Because the Jewish people aren't allowed to eat pork. They choose not to eat pork for their religious beliefs. So the reason why they did not take on to the corn tortillas is because the pigs' pork eat the corn. So the Jewish people developed the flour tortilla. And of course, I have to be a little biased, the Mexicans perfected it, right? So we perfected that. So just a lot of diversity, a lot of information here. We're gonna get started. Some key elements that I like: seasoning, cumin, and ground pepper. We're gonna grind it up here in the molcajete with our garlic. Okay, so come on over and we're gonna get started. And now what I want to do is I want to review something with you all that I think I left out. When you put the spices in here that you like, now we use cumin, the black pepper, fresh garlic, and onion. You can use white onion or the yellow onion. We want to put a little bit of liquid in. I used water, but what you can do is you can use lime juice, fresh lemon juice, or if you want to start the party a little early, you can put a little tequila in there. So I'll leave that up to you. Just remember, you can use any kind of liquid that you like, but we need to kind of use a liquid to soften it up, okay? And 𝓤𝓪. I like the 𝓤𝓪 tomato flavor. Just a little bit, about a little teaspoon or two. And what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you some healthier options on how to make some tacos. We're gonna be using lettuce wraps today. Now remember, you can use the tortillas you like, corn or flour. I just want to give you options, especially for those out there that want to kind of lower their carbohydrates a little bit. This is a wonderful choice, and it's also very delicious. This would be a great appetizer to have, or your meal. So what you want to do is you just want to put a little bit in there, as much as you want. We might not do all of them, but the fun part is you can add what you want on top, right? Some guacamole. I made a fresh guacamole. We have salsa. You can also put cabbage, slices of onion, jalapenos, any type of chile that you like. The traditional Mexican chile here is a chile serrano. So I like to use that when making salsas. Something that I really like to do is when I'm gonna be making a fideo or a rice, a Mexican rice or Spanish rice, I get, and I'm going off a little bit, but it's all with the meal for the theme. I like to get the chile serranos and I'll slice them, I'll sliver them, and then I'll just put them in there to soak when you're making the rice or you're making the fideo, and it gives it a really nice heat flavor, but it's not too hot. And then you can always eat it afterwards. Whoever really likes that, they can incorporate it with their meal. So here are your taquitos, your healthy low-carb taquitos, and then we put this delicious guacamole or avocado on some of them. And then you put your salsa. We're gonna do 4. We'll do 4, okay? And then you can put the salsa you like, red salsa, green salsa, your habanero salsa. There's so many types of peppers out there and salsas that you can make. I just like to make the traditional Spanish one. We'll have another segment on salsas. We'll make several salsas. That'll be fun during this time, right? So there you go. We have our tacos. And I want to give you a little history of Mexico in closing before we close out. Something that I really, that fascinates me is before the celebration of the Independence Day of Mexico, there was some sacrifices, a lot of sacrifices that came with that. And that's where the beauty of the flag, the color of the flags come from, the flag of Mexico. The green represents hope, hope as a people, hope as a nation. The white is the unity. The red is the blood that was shed from the national heroes. And then the animals that are on the flag, the Mexican flag, the eagle and the serpent. The eagle represents victory, and the serpent represents the enemy. So the victory over the enemy, and of course the nopal is the Mexican flower. So I wanted to share that with you, and in closing, we are not going to say voila today. We are going to say Viva Mexico!